morning in the UK. Hope everybody's okay. Hi, Andy. Hope everybody's good. Massive downpour here today in Panga. It's been a wet, dismal day. A little bit of sunshine this morning. We'll just adjust the camera. Pamela. Yep. It was nice and sunny this morning. But we just had massive downpour, got a bit of flood in the garden. And yeah, so pretty much a rainy Sunday afternoon, really, here, Sunday evening in Panga. Yeah, I think I think April's supposed to be the hottest month, as it normally is. I think we had that a little bit earlier, from what I think in Thailand. Yeah, we had the really hot season a little bit earlier, and I think the rain's come a little bit earlier, really, in Panga. Indeed, maybe in Thailand, down south. So, yeah. So I hope everybody's well. So I've got 3 in the house. Hope everybody's well. Lots of changes. They've, like I said, in Panga, we're on an orange zone here. Orange, red, and there's deep red or dark red. So we're in orange. So we're enabled, we should technically be enabled to travel between orange zones. Hi, Scott, Teacher Thomas, Thailand. Hope you're okay, mate, Scott. Put Teacher's channel up, if somebody would be so kind. Yeah, so we can travel between zones, orange zone. But if you're coming from a red zone, then you have to quarantine. Hi, Andy. Yeah, if Andy, will you put Scott's channel up for me, please? Or Scott, you can put it up. You're a mod, so you can put your own channel up. Or Andy will. So, yeah, it was going to be in the pool again, but it's a bit wet and, well, what we call wet and cold. It's not cold. We've still got just about over 29.2 and 67% humidity. Yeah, you're red, aren't you? So anyway, so we can travel. I mean, we was going to go into Krabi, but we've just pretty much stayed in, to be honest with you. That's all we've done. I've gone out and got some supplies, had a cook up, or I may go out once a day and go and get a takeaway on my motorcycle, whip down to the nearest place. Yeah, I get wet in the pool as well, Andy. Yeah, but I thought myself, I wasn't going to get in because it's still warm, but I thought, will I get cold as I've been in there an hour? So I thought, well, I'll do it from inside today. So makes a change. So I'm on the coffee, beer. Not had any beer since the last live stream, to be honest. Trying to knock it down a bit. As you know, like most places, all the gyms and the places are closed. The local gym where I go down, Panga FC, the sports ground, that's been turned into a like, not hospital, but like beds and stuff, you know, and all that. Yeah, the lockdown, I mean, as we said, Andy, you know, yeah, you can see that Scott's still open for dining and stuff. We've got restaurants still open, pretty much. Obviously, no alcohol for sale in them, and the governor here is pretty strict. He really clamps down on everything, pretty sharpish, which is great, really. I think it's a good thing to do. But it's not really affected us. I mean, I know it's affected a lot of people worldwide, and so I'm not saying that it's not a bad thing. But for us, where we live, we keep ourselves to ourselves, and we're away from the town, and it's, you know, the little village we live in, and we really don't get bothered by anybody, really. So even from the first mega lockdown where there was curfew and stuff, it's not really affected us because we stay in. And, you know, they say if you don't have to go out, then don't go out. And I know some people may think that, you know, they're like pushing you down, not go out and go out. We're quite happy staying in, really. You know, we've got pretty much everything here. When it's hot, we've got the pool, and I've nearly finished the sofa. I'm just waiting on the edging to be done by Ning next door, and then I can do the rendering all around it, and then, you know, go from there, really. So as I said, Andy, to answer your question, not really affected us really because we stay in quite a lot anyway. The only thing, we could go to an orange zone. I think Krabi's still an orange zone. We could go there, but I'm just like, you know, on the side of being safe really, and think, well, just stay in. Plenty of time to go in places. Is it getting any worse? I think they're talking around if you don't have to go out in the evenings, the curfew again. So hang on, missed that, Scott. That's a good one, Scott. Yeah, that's a nice one, Scott. To do that, be really good. The only safe dining in would be a really good one to do. Hi, Mitch. Just see you there. Is that are you premiering at 6:30 this evening, Scott? Today, yeah. So I'll jump in on that if it's this evening. So we just had a lazy day, to be honest with you. I went out and got a little bit of chicken satay from that nice little chicken satay shop. That's in the fridge, so we'll have that up later. What else have I done? I say not really done much, to be honest, as you do. We just stay in and do our bits as usual. As usual. I had a little bit of bad news in the week. I didn't make a video of it. I didn't, but we lost our little cat Wilbur. He usually goes missing for a few days, and then I went out round by, so I had a little water leak in the pump, so which I've repaired, and I went round there and I found him underneath my motorcycle. So whether or not he was put there by next door, whether the next door's dog had gone because he was always chasing him, or whether he was bitten by a snake, I don't know. I checked him. There was no like bites or anything. I could see like attack from a dog or anything. I couldn't find anything wrong with him. But we lost him, and yeah, I was, a bit gutted, obviously. That's 3 cats we've lost now since we've left here. One being Mama. Mama, she had the cat flu, the cat AIDS. She died of that, but Mocky died of old age, as a lot of you know. But Will was no more, unfortunately. So I buried him down the bottom of the garden where I buried the others, and so they're all together now. But it did upset me quite a lot, really. As they do, as you all know, with animals, they are, part of your life, and they are part of the family as such. So yeah, that was a bit of bad news in the week, and I didn't do a video of it. Didn't want to really use that for a video as such like that. It was a shame, but unfortunately these things happen near living in Thailand, whether it was a snake or whatever, don't know. But very sad thing for us, really. But but these things happen, snakes or whatever. It's not, whatever it was, it's not going to bring him back. So I'd rather just sort of let it go and just think of the good times I had with him, because he was a good little boy and he always liked a little cuddle with me. But yeah, sad thing. So we still got Pickle. Obviously, she's over there because we had a big, massive thunderstorm and a downpour, and she doesn't like the thunder. So we let her in. I know a lot of people don't let their dogs in Thailand, especially which she is. But when she doesn't like the thunder, when we always let her in, because then she just curls up by the door on the mat. She's no trouble at all, and she just sits there and has a little snooze, as she does. Nine in the house. Tell us where you're watching from if you want to. If you don't want to, then fine. Don't want to, that's fine. No problem. Just interested to see where people are watching from, really. So, that's pretty much a quiet week for us, apart from, say, we're losing Wilbur and stuff like that, which was sad. But not been out on the bike, really, apart from just popping down and getting a few supplies and everything like that. And it's been a fairly quiet week so far. Again, with the lockdown, like I said last time, it's changed my road trip sort of date. Well, it's not even changed the dates, really. It's just been put on hold and just left where it is until can get out and like move freely, because I don't want to get stuck anywhere, obviously. Not only that, I don't mind getting stuck there, but obviously I've got Lisa here, and so it's I wouldn't want to sort of not be able to get back. I mean, they say you can. I mean, I'm sure you've all read the stories on it and saying, a friend of mine who lives in Samui, he got the Rona and yeah, stuck in hospital with his kids and everything. And he said wasn't great, wasn't a great experience, to be honest with you. And I've heard that especially Phalanx, they're charging like, I think it's 2,000 baht a day for a government hospital, or 6,000 baht a day for a private hospital. And a lot of the insurances, from what I understand and what I read, aren't paying out on it because there's nothing wrong with the people. They're like, maybe they may have a high temperature, but they're saying there's nothing wrong with them. So the insurance company said there's nothing wrong with you, and we're not paying out on insurance. So unfortunately, there's a few people that have been stuck like that, which isn't great, is it really? If you've got insurance, you would think it would cover it, but as soon as if you're not caught high temperature and you're tested for it, they bang you in hospital for 14 days. That's another reason why we stay where we are, because if we stay where we are, we're not mingling with people and stuff like that, then obviously there's less chance of. I mean, I went to 7-Eleven today, and as you walk in, you put your hand up and you get the gauge, and it started beeping. Second time, same 7-Eleven. Everywhere else I go is absolutely fine, and I don't have a temperature. But it went, like beeping, like it's high reading. And I've been there once before, and then they just reset it, and then I do it, and it's fine. So obviously, it's got to be recalibrated. So but all I just think sometimes you go out like that, and then through a dodgy not being recalibrated measure, then it's a case of hey, what happens then? Could be nothing wrong with you, and all of a sudden, everything's changing as far as you know it. So that's another reason that we stay in, really. If we're not mingling with anybody, then it's the right thing to do. I know a lot of people say it shouldn't stop you doing what you normally would do, but it's what we do, really. We normally stay in. I might ride the bike, or we may go into Krabi, or we might have a beach day. Nearest beach is about 30 minutes, Koh Kloi, which is all the way to Phuket. It's on so it will be West Coast, Andaman side, West Coast, sort of where it meets, where Phuket juts out the bottom, but on the mainland, Koh Kloi. There's a few big resorts there, but it's I think I've done a time lapse on it. In a video, we went there once, one little bit of secluded beach that's nobody there, and I'm sure there'll be even less people there now. But just staying in, guys, as a lot of people are doing anyway. As I said before, I know I reiterate all the time, but it's really good to just stay in and we just chill out, really. There's always a few bits to do, bit in the garden. So I had a leak in the pump the other day, so I've got a little bag full of all the blue piping and the adhesive, so I fixed that, and luckily I had everything to fix it, and that's all done. I got a 5,000 litre tank, I drained that out and fixed it, and touch wood, I hope everything's all right. So it seems to be all working, so it's all good. So yeah, all good. So what you guys been up to with the? I mean, I know Scott said you're in a red zone there now. I was watching Ride for Kicks, another channel that I watch intermittently. He said that Pattaya is even worse than it was before. I watched that this morning, and Scott's. So yeah, not good at all. But could always be worse, guys. Always be worse. So what have we got? 11 in the house. Hello to the 11 in the house. Yeah, we got the big flood down the side of the house. I'll show you. I'll lift this up and I'll take it out, and I'll show you. It soon drains away, to be honest with you. Just top the pool up anyway. How do I turn this around? Yeah, there we go. Look at that. The bit over in the far corner there, see, when I put the carport over there, I've got to dig that away, and that will release all this water anyway. So I'm putting a fence across there and the carport the other side. But as you can see, got a little bit of a flood. The garden looks pretty good, as it does. Pop this back round. Back in the house. A bit of a flood. So, I've read a few rumours about they're going to most probably stop the 90-day reporting for I don't know whether or not it's going to be just for long-term visas, which will be a bonus because apparently the online 90-day is back up and running. We've got our 90-day on the, I think it's about the 12th of May. So I'll soon find out whether or not it's working or not. Well, I've done it last time on the reporting. So if not, I'll just pop down to the local immigration, which is about a minute, well, about 2 minutes from us, 3 minutes on the motorcycle. Not far at all. Not far at all. So, yeah. So what you guys been up to? Anything? How's it? Well, you're affected where you are, really. So, yeah, all good. All good. So if there's any questions or any concerns that you got, pop them up. Pop them up. And we'll go through that. Go through that. Yeah. So, yeah, got a couple of bits to change in the car, which I'm going to do once it's all sat down. Got some link bars I've got to change over. I'll change it myself most probably, but we've only got the Type 1 outside, not concrete. So I don't really feel comfortable jacking a car up and just resting it on that. I'd rather it be solid concrete, really. And, well, you've got to jack it up properly and use proper axle stands if you're going to get underneath or take the wheel off of a car, and I haven't got them, so I don't think I'd entertain that, to be honest with you. I'll get it done at a local garage. I found the local garage now that my friend Pito showed me and said that they're pretty good. They're really good stuff, and the guy understands a little bit of English, so I bought the support bars from Lazada, and then I'll get them changed and put on Penelope. On Penelope for the moment. Yeah, so I've got another video coming out most probably Monday or Tuesday, just about the general bits and bobs as normal, because as I said, you know, we're not really going out, we're not really doing anything. It's typical, you know, day-to-day living really, and it's not all fantastic things. It's just living as you would normally, and that's what my channel's about, as a lot of you know. And there's no real whistles and bells on it really. It's just exactly what our life is, you know, here really. So it doesn't appeal to a lot of people. They like different things, but it is what it is. And as I said, you know, as you know, the reason I do it is for my kids and my grandkids. Well, not kids anymore. I mean, my oldest daughter's 38 this year, 39 actually, I think, 39. So yeah, that's what it is. The subscriber count goes up and down, but I've gone past the point of worrying about it, to be honest with you, because it doesn't really bother me. You know, I appreciate all you guys that follow me. Guys and girls that follow me and take the time out to watch my channel. Of course I do, but I'm not motivated by a lot of different things. It is what it is, and I put my videos out and I try and do my best. And it is what it is, and it goes where it goes. I'm not too worried about it. It was good that I put the dance off. Scott was in it, and that's the only person I know in it, Scott, and me done it, and there was a few others at Richard. And I did message Richard and say to him, is it okay if I put that on my channel? Because I wouldn't just steal it and put it up. And he said, yeah, no problem, go for it. And so I put that up, and yeah, and that was a bit of fun that everybody done, and fair play to everybody that put into it, because I thought it was quite funny, really. It was a giggle, because everyone's got their own little different style, and I thought it was funny. It was funny. And Simo in Thailand, he put it up to I like the Benny Hill. He put him up to a Benny Hill music from who was a TV show many years ago that I used to watch. Benny Hill was like a bit risque sort of stuff, and it was quite funny. But Simo done that quite well, I thought, actually. Absolutely. And not taking it away from Richard. Richard's videos are awesome. And he takes a lot of time out, and his editing skills are brilliant, I think they are. When he does his, you know, his Pattaya vlogs, and when he goes up to Chiang Mai, and like the last visit, obviously he's going to come over when he can. But his videos are really, really pretty well put together and really good. Really, really good. So, yeah, it was a good bit of fun, though. Good bit of fun, that was. I enjoyed that immensely. And it's like most things, if you could do it all again, when you watch, you think, oh, I should have done this, I should have done that. But it's what it is, isn't it, really? It was just a bit of fun, just done it on my phone and just sent it off to Richard, and he incorporated it in, as he did a few other vloggers, which was really good. And I'm surprised. I'm hoping next time there'll be a few more Thailand vloggers, because I think that's what it's about for me. You know, again, as I've said before, we've all got our own way of looking at Thailand from different views, whether you're married to a Thai lady or married to a Thai guy, or whether you're both Thai or both English, you know, whatever. It doesn't matter what the variation is, but it's good to see Thailand from different people's views, different lifestyle views. Like Scott, you know, he's got a business there as well with his Thai wife, obviously, and living up in Pala. And so it's a different view to my way of life, my lifestyle here. And that's what I think is good, because there's a good group of people that have a different lifestyle, and so you can watch them and get a different view on what you want from Thailand. And but I thought it was really good that the people that did do the dance for Richard, I thought it was great for Richard's mum. I thought it was good, and I'd like to see other people do that, because it's a bit of fun, isn't it? Really, it's a bit of fun. It's a bit tongue in cheek, and have a little giggle and a laugh with it, and that's what it's about for me. Just having a little laugh, you know, having a laugh. And like I touched on when I had a ride around Pangarin in about 2/3 of the way through, I said, you know, what is retirement for me? And for retirement for me, I mean, so we're in our 10th year now, is like not having to get up and go to school, or having to get up and go to work in the morning. So what do? You know, and you've got to find some interest. I mean, I found it quite difficult. It took me about two and a bit years to actually get into the swing of retirement, because all of a sudden you're so busy, you're doing this, you're doing that, and then bang, there's no reason to get up in the morning. I used to get up early thinking I had to be doing something. But I think for me, if you're going to retire, you need to have an ulterior motive of what you want to do. Like for me, my motorcycling, we visited quite a few places. I mean, before I started vlogging, we done Chiang Mai Pai on the motorcycle, and I wish I was vlogging then, because they'd have made brilliant vlogs, because we was on the road for 3.5. We was on the road, 3.5 weeks. We was on the road for, maybe a bit longer, but we stayed in Chiang Mai for a week. But on the, Mae Hong Song, we done all that. I mean, all the vloggers that are doing it now, I done it like 7-8 years ago, and I wasn't vlogging. I wish I was vlogging then, because then it would have been quite interesting. There's a few little vlogs I put up on, old vlogs that I managed to find on my laptop that I put to different music of when we done that. But back to retirement, and I think that you need to have something to occupy your mind with it, no matter what it is, as long as it's something occupying your mind with, like I say, for the motorcycles. I mean, for me, when I lived on Koh Tao, I had an old Honda Phantom 200cc TA 200, and I got it cheap for about 20,000 baht, and I put a new exhaust, new seat, polished all the alloys, sprayed all the frame up, blah blah blah, put a rack, done loads of stuff to it, and I really enjoyed doing it. Despite it, I'd done it all down by the side of our bungalow, which was sand, and only using the tools that I had, which were very limited then. But for me, I'm hoping by the end of the year the carport's going to be up, and I'm going to build a little man cave, or maybe a man shed, so I can put all my tools in it, but park the bike up and work on it if I need to, or the car. But what I want to do is get it's either going to be an old Honda Cub, a 90cc, they do 70, 90, I think do a 110 as well now, and I want to turn it into something a little bit fun, or it'll be like a scrambler type bike. I think a lot of it depends on what bike I can get, and as long as the engine works, I can rebuild the top end most probably. The gearbox, no, I don't feel comfortable. I can rebuild the top end of it and put new valves in it. I feel comfortable doing that. But anyway, what I want to do is get me a little workshop all sorted out, and I want to just tinker around with a motorcycle, whatever it may be. So depending on the donor bike that I can get, depends on whether I go for a little Honda custom club and cut the frame about and make it a bit naked and stuff, and spray it all up and polish some alloy and make it look a little bit different, where it may be like a scrambler type bike. And so that's what I want to do. That won't happen until next year, obviously, because I've got to get the carport up, then I've got to build the little man shed. It won't be a man cave, a big one, because the carport will be quite big anyway, so there's plenty of room there for the car and the bike and whatever bike I'll get, and I'll make up a workbench of some description to put it on, so I can work on it without bending down and doing my back in. which will be fun. Yeah, so that'll be fun to do. I'm really looking forward to that. I took a lot of my retirement time up, first of all, with scuba diving, as you know. Not dived for 2-3 years now, recreationally, as you know. But I think they're still knocking liverboards out of Cowlack, but Cowlack is in our province, so I could go there if I wanted. But I think that will happen. I think for our anniversary, I was going to do a little bit of diving on them, but that all fell through, to be honest with you. But next month I got my birthday. Getting old, 62. Oh, Oxipsong P. Yeah, Oxipsong P. So yeah, so it's going to be a quiet one most probably. We was planning on going away, but we might just stay at home because we've got everything we need here at home. We've got a comfortable bed, we've got a pool. You know, we can our own little resort as such we've got here, so we're quite happy staying in here for the birthday. But you never know, we may go away. I don't know. You'll have to wait and see what happens, really, what transpires. Yeah, nothing planned. Don't want to plan too much. Just like to take it as it is, to be honest with you. So, yeah. So I hope all you guys are all right. Not a lot of conversation between you tonight, but hey-ho, that's what it is. So, yeah, it's all good. All good. So, yeah. It makes a change from doing it inside the house. So yeah, to outside because it looks a little bit dismal out there at the moment. It's not cold, as I said, but it's a bit dismal. So when you decide to retire to Thailand, you know, have a little interest, something to, you know, take your mind off of things and to just have a hobby of something, no matter what it is, whether it be flower arranging or doing jigsaw puzzles or tinkering with motorbikes or travelling or anything. I think a lot of it for now, obviously, from what's happened, is a lot of people were thinking hard and fast about, like I said, my last video when I rode around Panga, you know, I said, whatever you do, follow your dreams, guys. Follow your dreams because you never know what's around the corner. You never know what's around the corner. And so what you think you may put off till later, do it as soon as you can. You never know what's around the corner because the travel internationally still isn't there, really. It still isn't there at the moment. So I'm hoping it will because, you know, with this second wave here in Thailand, there's a lot of businesses really, really hurting. And, you know, they thought it was all, especially like Phuket, which is the closest to us. Well, Khao is the closest to us, and then Phuket, all within 50 minutes, an hour away. And I just think that, you know, there was all getting back to gearing up to have the tourism coming in. All of a sudden, there's a clampdown and lockdown again. It's affected a lot of people and hurt a lot of people business-wise. And also, you know, it's very sad that the people that have lost their lives to this as well, which is, you know, I don't want to take that away from anything because it is very sad. People lose their life to anything, really. But for me, it's a case of, you know, follow your dreams, like I said in the last video. Follow your dreams and enjoy it, and really enjoy it. And do what makes you happy, and just do what makes you happy, really. And you don't have to look to approval of anybody, really, of what you do. As long as you're not hurting anybody, or you're not vindictive, or go out your way to hurt anybody, just enjoy it, guys. Just enjoy it. That's what I say. Yeah. All right. Sorry, I wasn't getting the messages up. I just have. Sorry. Chayapum. Sorry, I don't know why they've not been popping up. Right, I'm trying to go back and catch up. But I will be on at Scott at yeah, watch Scott's premiere at 6:30. I'm just going back through these. TTT. We designed the house. Yeah, we designed the house, and Lisa takes care of all the interior. You're too busy. I can't understand why this hasn't been coming up. Yeah, it is. It was tough. Nine in the house. Smash it. Cheers, Scott. Yeah, Will was a good little boy. He was. Yeah, that's right, Scott. Sorry, I'm just catching up on the messages. They weren't coming up. I don't know why. Yeah, not sad vlogs. All right, Andy, you're Jack Russell. Sorry, mate. I don't know why this wasn't coming up. Teachers watching for Rome. Drop your view location for added flavour. I thought I put Panger on it. Sorry. Washington. It's my bad. I don't know why. I don't know why it wasn't coming up. Yeah, another year, Andy. It could well go on. Cheers, Mitch. Sorry about him. Doing all the cooking. I shall watch that. I look forward to watching that. See, Mitch had 4 hours sleep. Yeah. Paul, sorry, mate. You're there. An ag line to drain the water away. You'll have to message me, Paul, and let me know what that is. Hi, Steve. How you doing? Oh, Andy, 400 channels. Yeah, I'm not far behind you. Steve, Chayapum. I'm sorry. Hi, Chris K from London. I'm sorry that I'm not ignoring you guys. As I said, they weren't coming up. I don't know why. Stuck in the UK, Chris. Again, we're all learning something. 50-something. Hi, how you doing? 50-something. Royal Mail. You earned every penny. Yeah, they pay my pension, Royal Mail do. 50-something. 37 years I was in Royal Mail. Yeah, I've been watching Paddy Doyle as well, Paul. Yeah, I do, Paul. It's a good channel. He knocks out some good videos. Nice little workshop. Chris Coney, a number, Tony. Yeah. Why have I not had this come up? Fun to watch, yeah. Teacher, yeah, I wasn't seeing the chat, Scott. Yeah, sorry, I don't know what went wrong there, guys and gals. Stephen, 50 in June, setting up retire. Woke me up. Thailand Digital Nomad, how you doing? Wow, I can't believe I've missed all these. Good old Royal Mail. Yep. I think I've caught up. Australian government's banned returning Aussies from India. Someone stick up another message and see if it comes up. I don't know why that's not coming up. What's that there? What's this thing here? I might have. I don't understand this, guys. Digital Thailand Nomad, it's me, mate, from the UK. Just got out of ASQ via hospital snatch. AHQ. All right. October. I think it'll all disappear in October. That's just my view. What are you doing, Pickle? You all right? I don't understand why this isn't coming up. Right. I think I might have done it now. So someone just stick up a message, see if it pops up for us again, folks. Again, I'm not a techie. Yeah, Stu N. Darkest Kent. It's working now, guys. The messages weren't coming up. There's a little, I'm not a techie. I've worked it out now. So that message come up. Yeah, we got it. Thailand Digital Nomad. Hello. Yeah, it's all working now. It's coming up. Sorry, I did try and answer them as I flicked through them. I didn't. You must have been thinking that, I was totally ignoring you guys. I wasn't. The chat wasn't coming up, but it is now. It is now. And because I was thinking it's very quiet. Yeah, I'm sure you have. My two, yeah, the girls are in the UK, and they said it's still pretty tough out there, and it must be. Must be. I don't know how they cope with it, really, considering what's happening. It's the same throughout the world, isn't it? Yeah. So I didn't think I was being rude, guys. Just that I wasn't seeing any chat. I'm thinking these guys are quite normal. Gotta love Thailand. How you doing, buddy? How you doing? Yeah. So I wasn't ignoring you. It's a technical hitch. A technical hitch. And we have them. Yeah, Dave, gotta love Thailand. Someone can put Dave's channel up. Gotta love Thailand. And Scott's. I think that's the only two vloggers on, I believe. Ooh. Simo. Put Simo's channel up as well. Love it. I was talking earlier, Simo, about your take on Richard's dance off. And I like the Benny Hill, like I said. And if you can put Simo's channel up and Teacher Thomas Thailand and Gotta Love Thailand, put them up, guys, somebody. Yeah, I liked that. It was pretty funny. And I said, when I put it up on my channel, I did ask Richard if I could re-put it up. And he said, yeah, it's cool. So I wouldn't sort of steal somebody's video and just stick it on my channel. And I wouldn't do that. I mean, I know my channel's monetized, but I didn't put the monetization on the Richards one. I obviously took it off. It's his video, not mine. I missed that, Charpum. Yeah, Charpum. As I say, sometimes things happen for a reason, don't they? So it has given you time to reevaluate things and maybe go back to, like, you know, a plan B or reevaluate. It's not a bad thing to do, reevaluate stuff at times, really. And it's times in our life that things that happen to individuals to reevaluate. Yeah, you're welcome, buddy. Let's put it up. Yeah, but that was just the same as the UK, though, Paul, wasn't it, really? I mean, we've got no borders, really, have we, in England? But, you know, a lot of shit show that is. Excuse my French, guys, but what a mess that's been. You know? It's very difficult to say who's dealt with it best, really. What I don't understand is, for me, like benchmarking and stuff, is if you find a place that's actually doing it really, really right, why try and reinvent a wheel? Just go with what they think and how they've dealt with it properly, then follow that model. But I'm no expert at all, but far from it. Yeah, you have to message me privately, Paul, about what I should do about that, the drainage problem down there. I thought about digging the channel out. You mean like a French drain or something like that? Digging the channel out, concreting it, and then just putting like a lip on it, and so it all runs into that. Or, yeah, putting a perforated bit of tubing down there, perforate a bit of tubing and cover it with type 1 or something like that. And that should drain it away, I would imagine. I was got the fall on it. But I think later on I will do, once I get a few bits up, I might get rent a digger out for the day with a driver and just get them for that bit, just to literally flatten it all out. It'd be the best thing to do. And then from that can put the drain in until it's all flat. And you better do nothing with it, really. So, yeah. So... Plan A, travel plan B, travel plan Z. Yeah, it's still not coming up again. I don't know what's wrong with it. I'll have to keep touching the screen. Scary. Cheers, Mitch, for that. Cheers, Digital Nomad. Sorry, yeah, forgot about putting that one up. Cheers, Scott. Thanks to all the moderators that are putting other people's channels up. You know, I don't have an issue with that at all. Put them up. Yeah, you're right, Stuart. I mean, the thing is, I don't live there, do I? So I only hear what I hear from my friends and family there. And the amount of people that have come down with it and everything compared to the rest of the world. But it is what it is. And, you know, is there ever a right way to treat it? I don't know. Should they lock down earlier? I don't know. I didn't live there. But it's been dealt with the way it's dealt with. The most important thing is that it's hopefully slowly getting behind us. And that's the most important thing. Yeah, hurt by Charpum, you're right. It's been hurt. The whole world has been hurt by it, really. Which is you know, it's just the casualties from it, isn't it? Really, obviously. It's the casualties that are the really sad thing about it. Really sad thing about it. Big time hurt, yeah. Again, like I said before, I think it's changed a lot of people's thinking, really. A lot of people's thought process, and a lot of people's thinking about over the future, what they're going to do. Are they going to stay where they are? Are they going to move on? Are they going to decide they're going to travel? Recent weeks, yeah, I think they could have shut it down earlier. Yeah, Scott, I mean, it was rated quite well, wasn't it, for dealing with it, and then we get this. So, I don't know. I mean, as I've said, you know, I've got no magic answers. Nobody has. If you had a magic answer, we'd all use it, wouldn't we? Of course we would. But again, you can only do what you can do, you know, and for me, it's like being responsible, like we stay in, out of the way. I only go out shopping when I have to, like get supplies every 10 days, like we did first of all, and keeping ourselves to ourselves, really, not mixing. You know, I just look at not mixing with as less people as possible. Every time I go out, a mask. Yeah, there's a lot of issues in India at the moment, massively. Again, it's still affecting the world. Pakistan might be on the side. Wow, that's scary. So it's not really over then, is it really? I mean, it was all sort of declining down and everybody said it was better. It just seems to be shooting up again. So, yeah, I think this will all put everything all back till next year, really. Just eradication of it all, get everybody vaccinated. And, I mean, for us here, vaccination, I mean, I'm in that group of over 60 and diabetic, which I don't take any medication for, but I'm a phalang, so I'm most probably on the end of it. But again, me, I stay in. I always mask up. Sorry, I'm just reading that, Stu. Yeah, absolutely. I could, yeah. Thailand gloating their little virus free. Well done. Not. Yeah, no, you're right. I mean, the thing for me is, you know, like if there's an issue out there, Charpon, stay in, do your bit, And I never went out. Yeah, a lot of people are refusing it, but I think if you live here, for me, I think it'll become most probably, if you want to renew your visa. I know people coming in have got to show something, but I think if people here that are long-term visas, they might even say you need it to get your visa. I don't really want to take it, but if it's a case of having it as a visa, then I will. But at the end of the day, yeah, I agree with you, Simo. Yeah, might have taken it more seriously. But then again, you see when I go out in places prior to this last one, people are very wary of it. They are very wary of it. You know, I mean, don't forget, I mean, the Thai media is totally different from what you see outside. I don't know. There isn't a right thing or wrong thing. You got to do what's right for you. But for me, my little bit, what I can do is the less people I mingle with, then the less chance I've got of passing it if I've got it, or getting it if I haven't got it. So I always mask up. I always hand sanitizer. We've got a box of masks in the car. I wear a mask on my bike now, because now it's, even if there's two of you in the car, you got a mask up. Even if it's like me and Lisa in the car, we've got a mask up, even though we live together. What's that, Scott? Charpon, lots of strange things being said in Thailand, vlogger world. Yeah, I mean, I think I am. I like to be positive. I like to be honest. Where some people say sometimes I could be negative, but I'm like, I'm not. I don't see myself negative. I see myself as a realist, you know. And I can only comment on my part of the world, my life. I've got no view on other people's, purely because I don't know their view. I don't know what they're living in. You know, I can only control myself. You know. Um, yeah, I mean, I'm not vaxxer at all. I'm anti a cocktail of vaccines because I know in early days I know people that have been affected by that. I'm not anti-vax at all because vaccines do save lives without a doubt. But the only thing for me with this is there's no long-term prognosis over it, and yeah, try up them. I mean, you know, my oldest daughter, had her vax in the UK, and she thought she had a blood clot, you know, in her leg, and she was over it. And you know, I understand what a worry it's to be, and I know they say it's only a small percentage, but it's not good if you're that small percentage, is it really? Yeah, Andy, it will be. The COVID will be like the flu. I mean, I never took my flu vaccine. As a diabetic, when I lived in the UK, I was always bang letter first, and I've had a letter from the UK saying that, you know, that I'm in that category of having the COVID, and if I was there, I wouldn't really have it. As it's been proven, I never used to take my flu jabs because every time I took my flu jabs, it used to make me feel absolutely crap, and I'd still get flu. But I think you're right. I think the vaccine hasn't had the trials enough, and it will be like the flu jab every year. Yeah, rusted to production. I mean, especially with this one, isn't it? They're saying that, you know, they're not going to be held responsible for anything happens, which is scary, really. I mean, I know at the end of the day, vaccines do save lives, but yeah, everyone's entitled to their own view on it, guys. And I won't ram my view down people's throats. I'm not that type of guy. You know, we all believe in what we believe in, and everyone should be able to believe what they believe in without fear of people dissing them or you know, having a go at people's views. It's like it's like because people get offended about something years ago. If you get offended about it, well, I'm sorry, then you're offended. You know, but you should be able to speak your mind without fear of people saying they're offended. If they are offended, it's their views that make them offended, and they're entitled to that. So sometimes you just got to agree to disagree, haven't you? Really, I think. Um, yeah, I mean, COVID is bird flu. It's just a different strain of it, isn't it? Really, that's where it all first come out. And I said right at the beginning, over a year ago, I said to my wife, to Lisa, I said to her, this is bird flu. It's another strain of it. I've got my own views on it, which I won't view here. Some of you do know them, some of them you don't. But yeah, it's a live stream, and I'm not talking about the rights and wrongs on COVID-19. Yeah, you're right, Stu. You know, in Thailand, we've been masking up for over a year, well over a year, masking up. Even now, 7-Elevens. You know, it's still sanitizing gel, masks and stuff. And if you walked around where I live without a mask, I don't think it'd be long until the police sort of tapped on your shoulder and say, "You need to come this way, sir." And you won't need a mask where you're going, and that's in a cell. And yeah, you got to do your bit, haven't you? It's like anything to change the world. You've only got to do your bit. Respects everybody's choice. Everyone has a different view on everything, and everybody's entitled to that. I must admit, I do get peed off when it's like, I take offence to this, that, and the other. And, you know, I understand if people take offence, but that's their view on things. It's like I said, Scott, and Scott just commented, you know, sometimes you've got to agree to disagree, and it's healthy to have it's good to have a healthy conversation, whether you agree on things or don't agree on things, and you're allowed to put your point of view over. It doesn't mean you should be, some people take offence, or they try and convince you that their way is the right way. Nobody's way is the right way. It's right for you, and that's all you really got to worry about, isn't it? Do what makes you happy. Do what you think is right, as long as you're not hurting anybody, as long as you're not, disrespecting anybody or anything like that. Sorry, I missed that. Yeah, agreed to disagree. Let's keep it nice in the house, guys. Just keep it nice in the house. Well, Chapel, people are entitled to their own view, but as long as they don't hurt anybody, they're not risking anybody with their own view. I mask up, I hand sanitize, I stay in, I don't mix, and that's for me is the right thing to do. People are entitled to their own view, Chapel, as you've got your own view now, and I respect that. But again, you know. Yeah, I agree with you, Scott. I say, you know, I live in the kingdom like you do, Scott, and like a lot of us do here, and I'm very grateful of Thailand letting me stay here. I have to meet the immigration regulations. Of course I do. Anywhere in the world that you live, you've got to meet those. Then you've got to meet them, haven't you? If you don't meet them, then you ain't staying here. And I consider myself very lucky that Thailand let me stay here in our 10th year, as you know. Yeah, see, my right, masks. So we've been wearing masks, you know. I've been wearing masks for over a year every time I go out. Always, you know what, and you know, you get the views then of well, mask wearing is bad for you. But if it's the regulation, I'm living in Thailand. If they're telling me I've got to wear a mask, then I'll wear it because that's the country, and that's what they're saying I've got to do. So that's what I'll do. I don't necessarily want to take the vaccination because it's got no long-term prognosis of it. But if they say to me, you need to take it, unless you're not getting your visa, then I have a choice, don't I? My choice, whether I take it and get a visa or I don't take it and don't get a visa. So my choice, but it's right. And the same thing, it's the same as what you Digital saying and Andy, you know? It's the same thing, isn't it? To come into Thailand, when it all works itself out, you need to have proof of COVID shots. And you don't have to. Yeah, you're right, Thailand Digital. Being in Thailand is a privilege and not a right. I totally agree with you. That's the way I look at it. I thank Thailand that they allow me to stop in here. I've got to cover off the immigration rules and I have to meet them standards, and which I do. But yeah. And the thing is, like we said, you know, we've been wearing masks all the time. Mid-December. But every time we go out here for the whole year, there's always been mask wearing. I've not really seen, maybe one or two people not wearing masks, but I would say 99.9%. I like it, Mitch. Yeah, you'd be like a bit of a ventriloquist, isn't it? Calling people something, and then they look at you and go, "Well, what me?" Yeah, 50 something. Yeah, I mean, it's becoming, you know, a habit. Is they reckon if you do something for 7 days, it becomes a habit. I've been wearing masks now for, you know, a year, and I say it's still a habit. There's loads of times I've gone out in the car. We've got a box of masks in the car, so we don't use the reusable ones. We did start off with, but I just felt, you know, they're cheap as chips, so just have a fresh one every 2 or 3 times you use them for me. But loads of times I went out on my bike. Before it was like you have to wear them like in the car, like now, just in the last week or so. And I'd be like wherever I was, and I'd get off and have to drive all the way back home because I forgot my mask. Yeah. Yeah, the ventriloquist. That'd be fun, wouldn't it? 20 arrived, yeah, March. Yeah, I'm the same, Thailand Digital. Say we're in our 10th year now, and I love it here. I'm honoured to be able to stay in the kingdom. It's a fantastic place to live. I love living in Thailand. I wouldn't want to be anywhere else. Yeah, must be sharper, must be tough. No mask, Sandy, in Australia. Wow. Yeah, the 80,000 people allowed to go to football. Yep, it must be good for you, digital nomad. All good. Yeah, the messages aren't popping up all the time. Yeah, it's good. I always worry every year when we come to get the visa because there's always something changing. But once you got it for the year, you're like, yeah, got it for the year, and that's really good. Really, really good. So it is. So let's enjoy Thailand, guys. Those that are in Thailand now, there's rules and regulations anywhere you live in the world. So let's enjoy Thailand where it is. And for those of you who are going to come, the tiki bar's moving on. I'll get 4 stalls, a little bit of rendering, a little bit of electricity in there. Hey, it's done. And then it'll be carport time. No rest for the wicked, is there? No rest for the wicked. No rest for the wicked. Yeah, there's some rules and regulations that you may think doesn't make sense. But at the end of the day, we don't make the regulations up, and it's the people in the places that make them up, and they make them up for a reason. Whether it's right or wrong, you've got to follow them. Yeah, you're right. You got if you're coming over to live here, you need to make sure you got your funds secure for your visa if you want to go that way. You know, I don't take anything from Thailand. I give back. I spend all my pension here. I rescued for Thailand for 3.5 years. Gave back to the Thai people. Lisa spends time with the children. Showing them English conversation for free. We like to give back. And I think that's a good thing to know. 50 something. I like it. JPS, June the 21st. Well, that's good. JPS, that's good. Always positive. Yeah, you're right. Thailand Digital, they say jump and they say, at the end of the day, you know, it's a regulation. And if you want to moan about it, I always say people that moan about it, it's like the people who used to moan about the UK. But I always say to people, if you're not happy with Thailand, then there's always an option you can leave and go back to where you come from. You know, you got to live, you got to meet the requirements. Simo, the gardening, it's come on hold. I mean, the sofa's built. I've just got to get the edging done, which I can't really do. Ning said he's going to do it for me. Then I'm going to render it myself. Perth shut down for 3 days for one case. Wow. Perth, 1988. Bombies, America's Cup. That's when I was there. Fremantle. I'm a good man. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much. Digital Thailand. That's a very kind comment. Yeah, stick by the rules. And as I say, if people don't like it, see you 50 something, Dave and Cheryl. Well, there you go. Good to chat. Yeah. Great Impala. I've just cottoned on Dave and Cheryl, 50 something. Hope you're okay, guys. Still riding. My memory's terrible. My memory's terrible. It seems to be coming up now. When in Rome, that's it. We all have choices, guys. And if people don't like Thailand or indeed wherever they live in the world, whether you decide to find your piece of paradise, there's always regulations to meet. And if you don't want to meet them, then don't meet them. Then you'll be going back on a slow boat home. But for me, the biggest issue, not the biggest issue for me, is I love living in Thailand. For me, it's a fantastic place to live. for your retirement years, you know. It's a great place to live, and there's regulations you got to hit. And I'm not going to be one of these people that are going to moan about the place and criticise it all the time and say how bad it is or what you can do, what you can't do, what you're not allowed to do. It is what it is, and if you don't like it, people, then people will always have a chance. You can always go back to where you come from, can't you? For me, I think it's a fantastic place to retire to. I wish I'd done it at 52. I wish I'd have done it earlier, but it weren't the case. But it's a fantastic place. I love it. Yeah, I think it's going to be, obviously, when they open up again fully into Thailand, I think you're going to have a vaccine, either be a digital passport or a copy of proof that you're vaccinated up. You know, years ago, you used to have like your holiday card, wasn't it? You used to get a card from the doctor saying you was vaccinated for all these things, a little card that you travelled, and you kept it in your passport. So it's nothing new, is it, really? It's the same as that when you go to places. So it'd be that. And I don't think you'll be getting, most countries will want to see that. So if you want to travel, like I said, if I want to, you know, if it works out that I've got to get vaccinated for my visa, then I'll have to do it. Or if you want to travel, you got to get back, you want to do it. If you don't want to be vaccinated, then don't get vaccinated, but you have to accept what comes along with it. As I said, I'd rather it wait to be a couple of years so there's a little bit more, you know, invest a little bit more history of the vaccine. But depends. In October, when I do my visa, if they say you need this, then I need it, don't I? So if I want to stay, I need to get it done. It's a choice you have to make. £550 get it. Went through. Wow. Yeah, that's good, Scott, isn't it? For Digital Nomad, all that to get it, and his Apple as a pig in mouth. That's it. Absolutely. Yeah. Right, guys. It's over the hour, and you know I always said I'd stick to the hour. It's been a healthy discussion. It's good. But the most important thing about having a healthy discussion is not insulting anybody. I know nobody hasn't. I'm just saying, not insulting anybody, and no need to get nasty or horrible. And I think it's been a healthy discussion, very healthy, and it's been very kind and very good. And as always, I enjoy it. So I always stick to my hour. I went over last time a little bit. I like to stick roughly to an hour. And everybody take care. And everybody's entitled to their own opinions. But the most important thing is you stay safe, people. But always be happy. Always be happy. Always choose life and always choose happiness. So I'll say from a wet panger this evening, Bad Badger says stay safe wherever you may be. Laters.